Hello everybody, this is TVH1 back again with another video, and this time I'm doing the Royal Rumble 2015 review. So guys, I've been preparing for this for quite a while, since Saturday of last, and now I'm finally getting to do this. I mean, I've wanted to do this for a few weeks now, and I've been talking about it since 2014, whether I'm going to do this, and of course I thought I was going to do it. Probably going to do Fastlane and WrestleMania 31 as well, since they are the road to WrestleMania, the complete trilogy, and Raw reviews will maybe coming up. If I got time, really. I've got the network, so it could be taking me a few days to get up those Raw reviews, probably coming on Wednesday, once I've watched them on the network. And of course, my NXT reviews are going to continue weekly. Of course, TakeOver Arrival was on today, and I'm going to do a review on that, which was, I'm pretty much halfway through watching that, and when I do it, I'll probably up tonight, really. That's what we can sort of promise. Of course, I might do the daily, weekly Raw reviews, and of course, Fastlane and WrestleMania 31, completing the whole road to WrestleMania, really. So, this was Royal Rumble 2015, and it was back in January. It was live from the Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And, well, let's get in and talk about the actual pay-per-view, of course. I know some people know, probably a lot of you guys know what happened at this pay-per-view, but we're going to go in and talk about it. I am going to go and talk about this, and talk about everything that happened. Of course, get to that main event, and the controversial Royal Rumble match itself. And of course, give on my opinions. You guys can comment below what you think of everything that happened on this pay-per-view. Give me feedback on how I did, how it went, likes, favorites, subscribe, of course. And make sure you keep the feedback coming to me. That's the most important of all. I want you guys to have viewer interaction, and well, have the best entertainment experience that you can, so you can give me feedback and tell me what reviews to do next. Of course, I'm probably going to keep doing those NXT reviews weekly, and starting off to do some Raw reviews, just to see the road to WrestleMania develop. Because road to WrestleMania is a very exciting time of year, and it's just great to see how things develop towards, of course, big WrestleMania 31 and our next pay-per-view, which is Fastlane, all from the WWE Network. The comfort of the WWE Network, and the feeling that I can watch this anywhere I want, really. The exams are finished, so I can definitely do a few more videos coming up in the next week or so, and I'll have the pleasure of being able to upload them and doing maybe even 2 a day, really. It depends just how I'm feeling that day and how much I can review that day. So thank you guys for listening to this little pre-video talk, and I guess we can go in and talk about Royal Rumble 2015. Let's go. So as I said, it was Royal Rumble live from Philadelphia and Pennsylvania. We all knew that there was going to be a rowdy, interactive crowd, and I got this completely through the whole pay-per-view. Let's go through match by match, as I always do in these pay-per-view reviews, and get through everything. I know you guys might know all the results, but it's just interesting to see these matches one by one, go back and, well, on review of these guys, after mulling over everything, I'm going to go through and maybe even give a little review on each and just think of my opinions on each. So our first match of the night was, of course, in the kickoff show, that's what they're calling it now, on the network, and gracefully the network are giving me the rights to watching the kickoff. So it was between Cesaro and Tyson Kidd, who I call the Silver Ring, the Brass Ring Club, I think that's their new name, and these really, really experienced together. They've got quite a big experience, and future potential world tag team champions tag team here against Kofi and Kingston and Big E from the New Day, featuring Xavier Woods. The New Day, really, they've been around for like a month now or something, and oh my god, the New Day. Just don't get me started in the New Day. They're just kind of, there's that tag team that you really don't care about, but they're there anyway, just to fill in for other tag teams. That's what it feels like to me. They're sort of a heel tag team, Black Power, whatever you want to call it, Nation of Domination type look at, and it's just like something that really doesn't appeal to me. Not saying anything about the fact that they're black or anything. Not saying anything about that. It's the way they're presented as a heel faction. Doesn't make me go, oh god. we should hate these people or that we should like these people. It puts me in between on them. Of course, I have no problem with the wrestlers. Biggie Langston, very talented. Xavier Woods, haven't seen much of him lately. I haven't really, obviously, being quite new to the company. And Kofi Kingston, who we all know has a lot of skill and determination to succeed. So you've got a pretty good lineup there. The New Day really haven't been doing much, though, since they started as a faction. Haven't totally been surprised. But again, I'm optimistic to see their future careers as three up and coming talents. Maybe just not together as a faction, really, for me. So when it comes into this match, I sort of knew who was going to get the win. Of course, it was Tyson Kidd and Cesaro as the Brass Ring Club, I think. What a cool team. Worked so well together. And of course, I really enjoyed their win tonight. So yeah, it was a pretty close one, actually, the way it was fought. The tie was on the side of Cesaro and Tyson Kidd, but we all knew it was coming, and of course Cesaro hit an uppercut to like Kofi Kingston or something, and yeah, Tyson Kidd does a flipping neck breaker suplex. It was kind of a stupid move, but it was like a fisherman's, but yeah, he got the win. Didn't look too bad, like, as a move, it just didn't look that very effective. But again, he got the win, so I'm not going to give any complaints there. Tyson Kidd, I've been talking about him. He's been on NXT really lately, and yeah, he's been good on NXT. I've really enjoyed him. I mean, Tyson Kidd, a guy who I haven't seen much of ever, really. And it's good surprise to see this guy, because he can work, he's got experience from the main roster, and he's double timing it. I think now that he's gotten time on NXT, they're bringing him up to the main roster for a good run there, and Natalya is sort of always there around him. And Natalya hasn't really been doing much, obviously, in Divas world, but again, she's supporting her husband, and they're sort of at a sort of storyline themselves. I don't know how that's going to affect the whole tag team vibe of Cesaro and Tyson Kidd, but we're going to have to see that in the future. How that three character story might develop, and how Tyson Kidd and Natalya are going to develop their relationship, really. But that's all to come, really, because the WWE haven't done much in that yet. I guess I've just got to go watch Raw, because I'm not really aware of this sort of many storylines that are going on. But anyway, this is a pay-per-view, and we're not focusing on that stuff. So, yeah, as I said there, no surprise, Cesaro and Tyson Kidd defeating Kofi Kingston and Biggie Langston from the New Day. Right, so our next match was the Ascension versus the New Age Outlaws. The Ascension, a team that's been brought in as a replacement, these guys, so they've sort of been like the Demolition or whatever, Demolition or the old tag teams that were sort of trying to, even, like, the way that they're presented is just this very warrior-like, I can't even remember the name, Animal Hawk, that tag team. Everyone has been trying to sort of spoof them. There's been a few spoofs, and this is the Ascension. The Ascension, we've obviously seen them at NXT. They worked really well. They were one of the longest reigning tag team champions. And here they are up in the main roster, being brought up as a heel team, trying to be as heel as they can. And here they are, and they go up against we see a flashback from Raw, where they were with the heels. They were with all the old members of the Clique. And the NWO, and that was really cool to see Road Dogg and Billy Gunn with them, and they all bet up the Ascension. The Ascension were meant to cheer for these old returning legends, really, from WWE, and just boo out the hell out of the Ascension. It does work quite effectively. You just hate the Ascension after you see them on the main roster. I mean, they didn't get that much of a showcase already, and here they are on the main roster from NXT, where they were already very fierce tag team, and I guess the whole transition has been a bit bumpy for them as of late, really, because the Ascension have just been exposed to a more picky crowd and critical thinking from the whole of WWE. I don't know how it's going to go from here, but again, the Ascension are at the hands of the New Age Outlaws in this match, And yeah, the New Age Outlaws, they've had a history with coming back here to the WWE. I think 4-time tag team champions. They've had a lot of experience, but of course they're coming up as older, more worn people, and they're a bit more stiff, a lot more stiff really in the ring. And of course they can't do all the maneuvers that they used to be able to do. The Ascension, very fierce and tough, and actually they kind of fight a little more fierce than the New Age Outlaws really. So yeah, they go in, we get into this match. It's very much between the two, but it ends quite prematurely, and the Ascension end up defeating the New Age Outlaws, and it was just all New Age the Ascension here. The Ascension made to look dominant, and the Fall of Man to end the match. The Fall of Man, of course, being that double move where they run into the person with a leg sweep and clothesline, I think. And yeah, it looked really kind of cool. Yeah, so I mean, it was an amazing tag team maneuver, but again, it got the job done, and it's been done in NXT so many times that they're so experienced with this. And yeah, they're kind of, I think winning kind of suits the Ascension, and they look, they're very unique on the main roster with their gimmick that that's sort of kept from NXT. And so all the best of luck to these guys. Again, so they can have quite a hatred. A lot of people can have quite a hatred to these people, which is maybe working for their advantage. And yeah, I've got to give it to them that they've done so. Yeah, they've got an reaction, and yeah, so best of luck to them in the future in the tag team division. Okay, I don't even know if the Legends are even doing anything anymore. Road Dogg and Billy Gunn, I'd love to see them. They're really, really entertaining, good mic skills from Road Dogg especially. So we'll see what's going to happen to them. I'm going to go watch Raw next week. I haven't seen the last 2 Raws after the Royal Rumble, so I really don't know what's been going on. Sorry guys, that I'm sort of I've said this before, but I am not the most really up to date on anything that happens in WWE. But as I have the network, I'm sort of trying to keep up to date and going onto the website and seeing what's happening there. And I'll probably talk about that in my next podcast, if I can, which will be up probably tomorrow. Number 6. I haven't done one in like 2 months. But anyway, enough of that. Let's go in and talk about the next match. Our third match of the night and our second match on the main pay-per-view after, of course, the kickoff and that other tag team match, surprisingly, was a third tag team match. Yeah, three tag team matches on this whole card. It was the WWE Tag Team Championship match. And yeah, I was kind of excited for this one. The Miz and Damien Mizdow get their rematch for the Tag Team Championship. The Usos, a very experienced and dominant tag team in the last 2014. They've had a great year last year. Obviously, they had the Tag Team Championship twice on 2 occasions. They're currently in their second reign. The first reign lasted quite a while, I think, and it was like a load of 2014, and the Miz and Damien Mizdow came in, won the Tag Team Championship for the first time, and then they lost it a bit later on. The Usos came back in, went on the Miz and Damien Mizdow, and gave them hell, and now they're the current Tag Team Championships before, of course, this pay-per-view. It was, very interesting. Damien Mizdow and The Miz obviously having a bit of tension here in the tag team. If you don't know the story, The Miz is this guy who's very ignorant of how he's hated. He's always been like that, the ultimate heel, really. The Miz, of course, he finds himself very vain, and there's Damien Mizdow, who is trying to imitate him and being a stunt double. That's it. The Miz's whole gimmick is to do with movies and stuff. And here is Damien Mizdow, who has to sort of imitate him, does what he does. Well, he does it because he's a stunt double, and he's getting really, really funny, and he's getting such a crowd pop. One of the biggest crowd pops of the night in the whole of Royal Rumble 2015. And he's sort of breaking character right now. And in this match, he does. He goes crazy on the Usos. Ends up getting his own, and not really doing what he's supposed to be doing on the Miz's side of things. But again, they got pretty angry at each other. But if I remember too well, which I don't. Yeah, but if I remember from this match, it was quite good. Yeah, the crowd were all for this match, and it got the crowd warmed up pretty well. So it was a clever idea to have this on the card. The Miz and Damien Mizdow with a rematch, and there's always good. In terms of scales, it was alright, yes. The Usos end up doing that big dive move, and it ended good for them tonight. They're happy, they won it. And they're currently in their second tag team reign, and I actually really love them. I've sort of grown into it. Wasn't too keen on the Usos as the champions at first, or them being featured heavily. Like for the past 2014, a lot of 2014, they've been a pretty number one tag team, and been like on every single Raw. And yeah, I do enjoy these guys. They're hard working, soulful, and full of charisma, and they've got the look, and they can carry the tag team championship for as long as possible, until say, the Ascension I don't think they're ready really for it yet. I mean, they've been a long time champions, but are the crowd ready for it? Is the whole WWE ready for it? Maybe not. Maybe the Usos will keep it for a little longer. They go into feud with the Ascension. That could happen. I'm guessing that will happen. That's just my guess, but again, up to opinion on that one. The Ascension are looking for the championships, so you can say that. I'll go in Raw and see what happens. But anyway, our fourth match of the night. Yeah, our fourth match. So yeah, on that note of the course of that tag team match, Usos won, Miz and Damien Mizdow. Let's see how that culminates, the whole rivalry there. Did it culminate in Raw? I'm not sure, because I wasn't watching Raw. But again, I'll probably watch this week's Raw as well. I mean, it's not on the network. As I said, I was actually really annoyed that they don't actually feature the new Raws on the network. The last one is from December 2014, so I'm probably gonna have to watch that illegally. I'm sorry, guys, but I probably will, and then I might do a Raw review for this week. No, probably next week, but that'll probably be my latest. I want to see if network actually update their Raw replays. Jeez, because they only have updated their NXT replays, which is really annoying. So let's see how Raw keeps up with. Network keeps up with that. Sorry, enough about the network. I'm just my angers and frustrations of the network. Even though it's really cool that it's free this February. Alright, so our fourth match of the night is that Divas match. And the Bella Twins versus Paige and Natalya. I didn't even know that Paige and Natalya were a thing. I mean, of course, they've been working together on Total Divas, and they've been featured. This is always happening. There's a battle of just loads of Total Divas people. Obviously, Paige has recently been added to the Total Divas clique thing. She's on the show now, and Natalya and Paige have been getting along pretty well. And so it's a very unusual pairing. I mean, there's two totally different characters, Natalya and Paige. Paige is a very loose cannon, and Natalya is that warm, loving, just very nice, laid-back type character. And then there's Paige, and she's pretty crazy, and of course, a nutter, really. Crazier than AJ Lee, to be honest. And yeah, she's good. She's a good wrestler, definitely. And of course, she kind of carries this match. It would not be interesting without her really here. Then the Bellas, I didn't even know they were friends anymore. I thought they were enemies. But anyway, I guess they sort of made it up for this. The Bella Twins end up winning this one, defeating Paige and Natalya. And Nikki Bella is a current Divas champion. So, yeah, she punched the heck out of Paige, I think. And there you go. Not much to say on that behalf. Again, I'm just getting bored of anything to do with the Divas, really. But again, yeah, that's just my opinion. I think that Nikki Bella is alright as champion, and she hasn't done anything to annoy me. I wouldn't be annoyed, but yeah, she hasn't done anything special. But again, I've been watching Raw, so I haven't been keeping up with this stuff. Yeah, so yeah, the Bellas remain strong and winning this Royal Rumble match. Okay, the fifth match and the main event of the evening, one of the most anticipated matches on night, if not obviously the Royal Rumble probably being the most anticipated. So we had a pretty packed load of matches before this. Here you go, it is the WWE World Heavyweight title match between Brock Lesnar, John Cena, Seth Rollins. Brock Lesnar is the current WWE champion as of before this match. World Heavyweight champion, that's what they're calling it, really. And we've seen the history between Brock Lesnar and John Cena, how they have fought over the long period before this. all their matches. Well, they've only had a few matches, but again, Paul Heyman is alongside Brock Lesnar, and here we are. Oh my God, Seth Rollins has been brought into the mix. He's the Money in the Bank champion, so he can technically win it twice tonight. He has 2 chances of winning that WWE World Heavyweight Championship tonight, really. And the commentators have been saying this, and I've also been thinking this, that if he doesn't win this, he can still win that championship back. He is quite of a wild card in this whole feud thing, and yeah, so yeah, let's talk about this match. It started off quite slow, and then we got into the traditional way that triple threats work. A lot of in between 2 superstars fighting, getting moves, and then sort of swapping over, close falls on all sides, pins, all their finishers, everything used up. F5 from Brock Lesnar. Seth Rollins with like a curb stomp nearly knocking Brock Lesnar out, really. John Cena with a attitude adjustment. Brock Lesnar gets straight out. One of the best moments and spots of the match where Brock Lesnar just gets straight out of that attitude adjustment, goes into his own thing. Anyway, Brock Lesnar wins and defends his championship against John Cena and Seth Rollins, and it was a good ending. Go check that out yourself if you can. It's a good match to check out. Probably slated to be one of the best matches already of the year, if not the best. Yeah, obviously it's probably going to be the best match of the year already, because it's only February now. But yeah, it was on pay-per-view, and it was Brock Lesnar defending his championship alongside Paul Heyman looking on. I mean, no really disqualification type move there. He won clean. Got out of an curb stomp from Seth Rollins. Anyway, Seth Rollins didn't cash in his Money in the Bank or anything like that. Nothing really too exciting to say, except that it was a great match, and Brock Lesnar won. What else can you say? And yeah, Brock Lesnar was out for a while during this match, and it's sort of between Seth Rollins and John Cena. And Seth Rollins really surprised me. He did well with John Cena. It was a lot of just random spots, and that was so fun to see. It was so unpredictable and so triple threat like to have so many unpredictable finishing spots. Very, very close falls. And again, the crowd was great for this because it's Philadelphia crowd. You can't get much better than that. Brock Lesnar going on from this, is he going to be at Fastlane? I don't know. But then again, some rumours saying that he's going to leave after WrestleMania, have his big match at WrestleMania and then leave. I hope he stays on. Good mic work, hopes he stays on. I've listened to his YouTube channel, you go check him out. Anyway, but again, Brock Lesnar, still WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Where he's going to go from here, I don't know. But of course, Seth Rollins being that wild card, he can cash in that Money in the Bank at any time, really. And that's such an advantage on his side. And of course, he's got the authority on his side, which makes a lot of difference in the long run. Alright, so I'm going to see how that develops. All on Raws, that's to go on now. All the new Raws, really. Okay, so yeah, of course, Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar get out there victorious. And Brock Lesnar is such a machine. Just to comment on him, he gets out of everything, gets up to his feet. No one can stand him. Like, he just goes on John Cena, and just no one has defeated him, really. And Seth Rollins, oh my god, it's pretty amazing to see Brock Lesnar dominate here. Being brought from the MMA, sort of zigzagging between these two companies. But he's done so much in a short tenure that he's been here. Having this championship and just bringing a lot of mystique and domination, and he's not even featuring much on Raw, which is interesting. I don't know if he's started going on Raw again, but again, he just makes short appearances as a champion. Not like completely opposite to what John Cena would do and feature on every show, have tag team matches. Brock Lesnar is more of a one-time deal thing and a sort of special occasion type match things. He builds it up really fiercely and then just dominates. Yeah. What else to say? But yeah. So Brock Lesnar is just so dominant. That's my Brock Lesnar speech for the day. And of course, now we have to talk about the WWE Royal Rumble match, what everyone's been waiting for all year long, yeah. Roman Reigns pretty much dominated last year, and everyone wanted to win, and unfortunately, he didn't. Okay, he got like 12 eliminations. Okay, so as I've been saying, I've been anticipating this match all year long, and we finally have it. It's one of those things that pretty much everyone in the WWE universe is excited for. One of the most hotly anticipated matches the whole year, and it's just one of those matches that it just shows off the best of all superstars, really, and gets to see a lot of showcased superstars for that year. I mean, last year was kind of disappointing, of course, a lot of, I don't know, really just criticism of it. This year, the same going. Of course, people were angry, and you just have to stick with it, and of course, Good Micro puts this the best, that really, you've got to stick with the company. Don't go rioting because of what you didn't you didn't get what you wanted. You have to stick with what you get and hope for the best, really. And of course, go in and talk about this match here. I'm going to talk about all the entrants that made it into this match, go through them one by one, and see what happened in the whole storyline of the match, because the match really does present pretty much a storyline the whole way through. And we finally see that it just tense up at the end and actually finish off very excitingly. But again, it's just really excited. I'm so excited. I was so excited to watch this one on the network, and it worked out pretty well. I got to see the whole match, and it didn't freeze or anything like that. But again, let's go in and talk about the surprise entrance, everything that happened, elimination time, and storylines, and who won, of course, and what I think of after this match and how things are going to develop. Let's talk about it, and then obviously go in and watch Raws, of course. That's what I got to do. Okay, so as the rules go, a new entrant comes out approximately every 90 seconds, and we see them go in and be added. There's 30 men in total. We always see that package beforehand, a new video package every year for the Royal Rumble, all the records and stuff. As we know, last year, I think, it was like CM Punk's last appearance on WWE. Just, he left, obviously, during Raw the following week or something. So it's been a year since CM Punk is gone, which is obviously pretty crazy. Yeah, he had a really impressive time in this Royal Rumble. My God, this guy is amazing. But anyway, we'll get to that in a second. He comes out number 5, and yeah, he dominates really for a long time in this Royal Rumble. He's sort of the standout of the whole Royal Rumble, in my opinion. Anyway, yeah, Bray Wyatt, of course, being a firm member of the Wyatt family and being a very successful, he gets that really cool intro and ends up eliminating 6 people in this whole thing. Number 6 was Curtis Axel, who was unable to compete. He actually never really got into the Royal Rumble, technically. I know this happened a few times before this, but he was unable to compete after being attacked by Bray Wyatt. No, sorry. Yeah, by Bray Wyatt. That was weird. Did it not work like Bray Wyatt was meant to come out after Curtis Axel, but he just came out beforehand for no reason? I think... No, that wasn't it. Well, someone else attacked him, really. And anyway, he was unable to compete that night. Anyway, it was really just a guy. He was on NXT a while back. But anyway, obviously the crowd were not... He's obviously heel, so, the crowd didn't care about him. But of course, Bray Wyatt was really good in the ring here. And last year he competed against Daniel Bryan. And we're going to see those two go up against each other in this Royal Rumble. Number 7 was a surprise return, also like Bubba Ray Dudley. It was the Boogeyman. I haven't seen this guy before. He reminds me of, obviously, Finn Balor's ring gear. But he comes out, he is really just creeping along into the ring. The crowd are on fire here. And of course, he faces off with Bray Wyatt. Very entertaining. 2 freaks of the WWE face off, and Bray Wyatt ends up eliminating. The Boogeyman doesn't even do any moves, unfortunately. But he lasts a minute, even in the ring, just because the whole stage thing, he just comes in. Anyway, Wyatt's still there, fighting alongside like The Miz and R-Truth, and Bubba Ray Dudley, really. Sin Cara comes in at number 8, and he only lasts 37 seconds before being eliminated by Bray Wyatt. Number 9 was Zack Ryder, a kind of surprise return. Yeah, he does get a bit of a response there from the crowd. He gets eliminated by Bray Wyatt. And at the same time, a few of the people who we all saw earlier on are still here, like The Miz, I think Luke Harper and Bubba Ray Dudley, both get eliminated by Bray Wyatt, alongside a load of other people. I remember he eliminates 6 people. Number 10, Daniel Bryan. Wow. It's one of the people I thought was going to win this Royal Rumble, alongside Dolph Ziggler or Roman Reigns, of course. And yeah, he very on fire here. Goes to the ring, gets a good bit of time in the ring there. I mean, not amazingly good time, but he just only gets like 10 minutes. But yeah, it was really surprising. A lot of the crowd are like, why wasn't he eliminated like later on or whatever? Why wasn't he getting a bit more time in the ring? It was because, like, the thing is, he wasn't going to win the Royal Rumble, so they knew that if we keep him for a long time, he's going to keep people's hopes up, and it's not going to even work that way. Why not? Why would we do that, like, something like that? But anyway, he doesn't win, of course, and he only lasts 10 minutes, and eliminates one person. And actually gets eliminated by Bray Wyatt, but we'll get to that in a second. 11 was Fandango. He's got that new weird gimmick anyway, don't really care. Number 12 was Tyson Kidd. I was surprising he was on this show, actually. I didn't even know he was going to appear. I mean, there's a couple other people I would have preferred to. Anyway, he's in the show. Like, Cesaro was on the show as well, I think, but in this match, I mean, he comes in here, lasts about 2.5 minutes before being eliminated by Daniel Bryan. Number 13 was Stardust, and he was eliminated by Roman Reigns. Stardust, a cool character, and yeah, he does last quite a bit. And he's been in a load of these beforehand. Number 14 was Diamond Dallas Page, another cool return. DDP. We've obviously got to have a load of these in the show, but there's only a few cool returns this year, and it was good though. They were good people. And Diamond Dallas Page, happy to see him back here, and he does those diamond cutters perfectly executed. I must say myself. Number 15, halfway through this Royal Rumble, was Rusev. He obviously made his breakout last year in his first match, which was on the Royal Rumble match itself. And yeah, he does a cool bit of dominating here. 6 eliminations on his behalf, lasting 35 minutes. And I'll get to him in a minute, what happened with him. 16 was Goldust. Goldust, obviously going partnering with Stardust, and he... Yeah, he's been allowed to the Royal Rumble. I meant to say that Goldust was in. Stardust being the younger Cody Rhodes, and this new gimmick there. Number 17 was Kofi Kingston, who from the New Day. He gets eliminated by Rusev. Adam Rose was number 18, and he was the guy. There was a thing about Kofi Kingston. He somehow survived by falling on top of the Adam Rose's rosebuds, the people who he's with. A cold crowd of people. So that's the way Kofi Kingston lasted like 30 more seconds before being eliminated, so it was a bit of disappointment there. Adam Rose there. Number 19 was Roman Reigns, the winner of this match, actually. I'll get to that in a second. He lost 27 minutes before winning. Number 20 was Big E from the New Day. He gets eliminated by Rusev, along with Damien Mizdow. Wow, the crowd were there for him. It lasted 18 seconds, unfortunately, before being eliminated by Rusev. One of the guys that I thought would last a lot longer, but unfortunately did not. Jack Swagger was number 22. Number 23 was Ryback. He lasted quite a while in this. I think he lasted to the final man came out, and he was still there. Number 24 was Kane. Very dominant looking here, alongside Big Show, who I'll get to it in a second. Number 25 was Dean Ambrose. Yeah, I didn't have a great match here. I don't think so, but again, he did last to the final few. Titus O'Neil came in. Yeah, he gets eliminated in 4 seconds. 4 seconds, guys. I mean, Adam Rose got eliminated in 8 seconds. So there's been quite a few quick eliminations, which I kind of expected. Number 27 was Bad News Barrett. Yeah, it was alright. Like I said, I don't really care about this guy. He's like a former 2-time Intercontinental Champion, but I don't care. Number 28 was Cesaro. Love this guy. He did a few uppercuts, and great uppercuts, and he had a pretty good Royal Rumble. Number 29 was Big Show, and he sort of partnered up with Kane to dominate in this whole thing. Wow. They both got 5. He got 4 eliminations. Kane got 4 eliminations, and Big Show got 5, putting them at a very dominant position. And Kane having the most eliminations in the whole history of Royal Rumble right now. Fact for you guys there. And Big Show, and I really like that. Big Show and Kane from the Authority, obviously Big Show recently turning heel, and now they're teaming up in this match. It was great, guys. It was, really. And of course, number 30, it was Dolph Ziggler. We all expected this. My favourite entrant to the whole of Royal Rumble. He is such a great guy. And of course, the crowd were all there for him. The biggest face, obviously after Daniel Bryan, but again, the second biggest face in the whole company. This is the guy that the future of the WWE, one of the futures, people. He's just amazing. And the crowd were all there for him. Unfortunately, he only lasted 2 minutes before being eliminated by Big Show and Kane, but that was expected. He was only in the finals there with Roman Reigns, who we all knew was going to do it. That was one of the problems that people had. It was that it was so obvious that Roman Reigns was going to win. The crowd hated it. It was so many boos there. When Roman Reigns eventually was eliminated all the other people, he came 1-on-2 against the handicap with Big Show and Kane, ends up defeating them. We all saw it coming after everyone else gets out. But again, The Rock comes out, amazingly, there to congratulate Roman Reigns. We forget, we still have Rusev underneath the ring. He comes back up, and he gets eliminated, of course, by Roman Reigns to make him look strong, but it didn't really. Rusev lasted 35 minutes. So he lasted longer than Roman Reigns, really. But Roman Reigns won. So he got out Rusev. And yeah. Roman Reigns is our champion. And onto the road, basically a Royal Rumble contender. WrestleMania contender in the main event. But of course, yeah. The Rock comes out. And he's there with Rusev, with Roman Reigns. They attack the Kane and Big Show. Anyway, there you go. The Rock is with them, and still very booed. A very negative response there. What I think was this Royal Rumble was all right. That was great. I think the entrants were unneeded, and I think the wrestling was pretty good. I liked the end bit. I know the bit with Rock and Roman Reigns is really hated, but I really don't see how. Obviously the finish was all right. I can definitely see why the bit with Roman Reigns winning was hated. But of course, it was the way it ended. It was no one else who could have won it, really, at that point. Dolph Ziggler he was unmatched. He was outmatched by the Authority, and there was no way he was going to do anything there, really. And Roman Reigns just stronger, and it was more believable that he won that one. So it was the most realistic choice, really. For me, don't hate me on that, please. But again, we had a little bit of after of this on Raw when we saw that at Fastlane, Roman Reigns is going to have to face someone in order to get into that WrestleMania main event with Brock Lesnar, and that person being Daniel Bryan. But we see how that goes on, because Daniel Bryan got that match after defeating what's his name? Seth Rollins. But Seth Rollins still has that money in the bank, so we've got to watch out for him. And of course, Daniel Bryan going up against Roman Reigns at Fastlane. This is the match I wanted to do a preview on. I'm going to talk about that, guys, on my... Probably going to talk about that on my podcast, because I'm not going to do a preview for Fastlane now, probably won't. But again, I'll talk about my podcast. So yeah, something to look forward to on my podcast, and how that went down. Anyway, Dolph Ziggler was the last entrant. Yeah, I like that. But again, everything else, it was just not a great Royal Rumble like some others were. I heard a lot of people saying it's kind of just a good crowd. That's one of the perks of this whole thing, was the crowd were there, but they were obviously booing the heck out of Roman Reigns, even when The Rock comes out to do the people's elbow. That was the only sort of bit of cheer that he got, and then suddenly it went back to boos. Roman Reigns very heel now. Even the Authority were trying to make him look like a face, but again, it wasn't working tonight. And actually, it was sort of toned down on Raw when he sort of wasn't as much of a boo as he got on this show. But anyway, we'll talk about that in my podcast about the whole Roman Reigns story right now. That was sort of my Royal Rumble review. I didn't really want to talk about too much else apart from only the Royal Rumble and the Royal Rumble match. 2015, in my opinion, this Royal Rumble falls as one of a good one, yeah. I know I haven't seen much of these in the past, but I go back and relive some of the other ones, guys, that happened a few years back. You can count on that. One of my favourite pay-per-views of the year, and this one felt as good. I thought it was quite good, yeah. There should have been like a singles match instead of 3 tag team matches, and that Divas tag team match. and that was just weird. They had 4 tag team matches in a main event. The main event was really good, and yeah, that's for what made it for me. Best match of the night, of course, in my opinion. And this match falls as sort of like a 7 out of 10, really. Actually, sorry, I give it an 8 out of 10, really. 8.5 out of 10 for that. Just for that main event alone is worth watching. If you have this on the network, go over and just fast forward to that main event and the Roman match, and you'll be happy, really. Even if you want to see like some Damien Mizdow, you can go watch that. I mean, it gives you that stuff to see, and some old legends in the New Age Outlaws. It was nice to see them there, Road Dogg and Billy Gunn. So yeah, it did feature quite a cool selection of stars, of course, and yeah, it was for the fans there were good, and the main event obviously worth watching. If you're a WWE fan, go watch this pay-per-view and see what you think of it. And of course, I'm leading up to my next pay-per-view review, which will be Fastlane. I'll probably do a few Raw reviews in between that and WrestleMania 31. Thank you guys for watching. This has been my road to WrestleMania. Let's begin it. This has obviously been the superficial beginning of it, and we'll see how it develops from here on out. This is my Royal Rumble 2015 review. I'll see you next time, whenever that it may be. Maybe in my podcast, and maybe in my NXT, probably my NXT Arrival review, which I'm doing. I'm really excited on that. Thank you guys for watching. This has been me, TVVision1. Make sure to share, like, comment, favorite this video, and subscribe below and on my channel. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time.